So AI right now, by far, outstrips the power of a human brain. And naturally, we're like, okay, what are we going to do with this power? What's the best way to direct it? Well, people are now trading real markets and crypto with the power of the AI. And this is Alpha Arena, who are one of the first people to do it, giving the top AI models $10,000 to trade. This video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. Modern financial instruments, including crypto, are highly volatile and the majority of retail clients will lose money. Do not invest any capital you're not prepared to go to zero. This inspired a video I put out here 3 weeks ago, and to be honest, I was shocked with the results. I was skeptical at first, but ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Grok went head to head, and to my surprise, DeepSeek was quite profitable, and so was ChatGPT, leading the leaderboard out of all the AI models. And honestly, I was kind of shocked at some of the entries they took, because I'm like, oh, they're not going to know what they're doing. The technical analysis, it's quite complex, but ChatGPT literally nailed the exact turnaround point and which he sold at this point in the video, and it went on to continue to go upwards. And I was like, wow, what are the chances that it actually nailed that bottom mark? So that leads me to this video. But there's been a massive software release since I made that video, which is ChatGPT Atlas. Now, what is Atlas if you aren't familiar already? It's literally a browser where you can have ChatGPT see what's on your screen and navigate it for you, buying and selling, in this example, Instacart products, filling out forms for you, or in our circumstance, navigating the meme coin trenches. And so we are going to download Atlas and tell ChatGPT/Atlas to take as long as it needs to analyze all the tokens on the website and make 2 bets. The first bet is the degenerate round. I like to do 2 rounds here because there's a lot of different ways you can trade crypto. One way is insane risk, and the other one is a little bit more steady. I'm going to test Atlas in both of these categories with 2 rounds. The first round will be degenerate, where its prompt is something like this. It's got $200 of starting capital. Round 2, however, is a little bit more steady. The prompt is more, we've got a bigger budget here because once again, this round is a lower risk, lower rewards, but we're going to be adding up the total between these 2 rounds of Atlas versus Pump Fund to see exactly how much money we can make. This video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. Modern financial instruments, including crypto, are highly volatile and the majority of retail clients will lose money. Do not invest any capital you're not prepared to go to zero. Oh, and below in the description are 2 important links. The first is a link to our early alpha and whale tracking community that will monitor the wallets portfolios of big influencers like Musk, Trump, Tate, CZ, Becca, Murad, and Crypto God John, and will monitor these wallets on the blockchain and their social media for you to see any activity of new buys, promotions, or launches of new tokens, so we can send you a message the exact moment that happens, helping you move up the Web3 food chain. The second link is a link to our Financial Escape Velocity workshop to give you a clear and exact step-by-step personalized roadmap, and if you're really committed, make the world seem as cheap as Temu. With that being said, start the timer and let's jump in. So I've downloaded Atlas, and you can see right here, it allows you to interact with ChatGPT in the sidebar. So I've pasted in my prompt and it says, I can use your browser on your behalf. Perfect, this is what we want to do. You can see the browser actually starts lighting up with these fun little white dots as ChatGPT is getting started. And on the side, as we can see it thinking, it says the task involves. The prompt here, guys, which I can put in the description below for you. Basically, it does not want to give, obviously, any financial advice or anything, so it's all fictitious, and it is not recommending buying or selling any tokens. And of course, we don't recommend you buy or sell any tokens based on any AI as well. But it then starts to navigate around. It goes straight to the Mayhem link, which is interesting because this is a new feature, which is the most degenerate of the most degenerate. It's like getting really drunk and gambling on roulette. You can see it analyzes the pages, it analyzes the photo, it analyzes the chart, analyzes the comments, and then I think it's going to save that token for later. Then it goes back to look for the round 2 token, which is the less degenerate token, and it goes to the featured tab. It also has some funny troubles navigating sometimes, so it tries to click on something, and you can see up here on the right, it's like, well, I've clicked on it, but it doesn't seem to open. I will click again. But basically, you can see that it is trending, considering trending tokens with larger market caps like Wojak and Tradwife. I'll go ahead and open the token, which is this MOG coin right here. And you can see it's a bit of a lag too. So it's already reading the market cap here at 116K market cap, trying to open MOG coin now. but it didn't. And then it opens Blackjack, which is 120,000 market cap, and I've given this the strict instructions for a more solid token, so it's kind of funny. But then I do believe he bounces right back onto the Mogcoin page after a slight detour. He's having a little bit of positioning problem, which honestly, this is the first time I've actually used a AI browser, and it was kind of fun. It was kind of slow, so like doing self-drive on a Tesla, where it's like I could drive faster than this, but it was cool to see it taking in all the information from the chart to the comments to the trade volume and everything above. Once it finishes analyzing the Mogcoin page, you can see it's given us two tokens, Hobo Mayhem and Power Token for Mogcoin. One's a $4,000 market cap and the other is $113,000. These are the two coins for the challenge. Let's go ahead and start buying them. Now, I'm buying in a different browser. I don't have everything of my Phantom and my wallet set up inside the ChatGPT browser, but I come over to Jupiter and I buy and I copy and paste the contract address. You can see I'm attaching my Phantom here. Continue Phantom. They want you to trade on Jupiter Wallet because they're Jupiter, but I quite like Phantom. This is the Mogcoin contract address put in. I'm just trying to feel out here $800 because that's my budget. So 5.5 Solana is about $796, and we're going to get 7 million Mog tokens in return. Or 6.9. You can see it actually crashed the moment that I bought it, which is good because we had a lower entry point. Now, for the second token, Hobo Mayhem, I've gone back and I've actually tried to find it because it hasn't left me on that screen and I actually can't find it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to test out ChatGPT. I'm going to say, take me to the Hobo Mayhem page to see if it can pull up the page that it was just on. And it started quite ominously. It started controlling my screen again. And I'm trying to figure out what it means to navigate to a Hobo Mayhem page. And it's definitely an intriguing phrase, which is strange because it's the one that recommended the coin. But then all of a sudden we landed on the Hobo Mayhem page. Now, when I was here, I was like, oh, I don't know if chat's actually followed instructions properly because I'm supposed to have a token with high volatility. But because this is a new Mayhem token, there's only been 3 trades on this and it's not really good. So I started typing in, Hobo Mayhem token looks dead and has no trade volume. Please find a better token with lots of trade volume and obviously volatility, because that is where you can see the crazy upside and of course crazy downside. I've said, of course, keep it under that 50K market cap. It started searching again. It took navigation of my screen again and ended up going back through all the tokens onto a token that was moving. This one you can see is that the market cap is currently moving as you're going through it at an all-time high of 8.5 thousand market cap. Shroom Wojak, and if you go down to the trades, you can see there is currently trade volume occurring on that. So I went back and I bought some Shroom Wojak as well. Now, as soon as I bought Shroom Wojak, I didn't even have time to wait. And this is the risk with these crazy degenerate tokens. The big token holders sold and the market cap went from $9,000 all the way down to $4,300 in literally an instant, which means my money went from $200 down to $105, and spoiler alert, stayed there to the end of the challenge. So we're gonna need ChatGPT/Atlas to have chosen extremely well with our Mogcoin. So let's give him an hour and I'm gonna come back and show you how well they did. So the results are locked in. And as you already know, round 1 was an absolute mess, absolute rug pull from the time that we bought in. We only lost about 45%, 48%, whatever this is, of our money, taking us to $105 from $200. And as you saw, we bought just before the drop off. This B here signifies a buy, massive cliff sell off, and now there's really nothing happening, no trade volume at all. However, we still have round 2, which we had $800 to start, and we actually came away well in profit. Atlas smashed this trade, getting us a total of $1,124, which if I show you what this chart looks like, it is way more promising. You can see the buy was over here. We bought $787 US worth, basically at a market cap of about $100,000 US, maybe a bit more, about $105,000 US. This was the buy in right there. A $176,000 market cap, up about 65%, which is extremely impressive. However, I was not looking at my computer. I was away and it crashed all the way back down lower, or basically the same as our entry point, and even a little bit lower. It spiked lower than our entry point. Oh, sorry, it spiked much lower than our entry point down here, hitting actually an $83,000 market cap. But he climbed all the way back up to $160,000 market cap, of which I asked ChatGPT, do you want to sell? But it had access to the screen again. And he said, yes, it's probably best to sell here and take the money off the table, which we sold at a $1,124 US. It made $1,229 total with a starting capital of $1,000 or 22.9%. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoy these challenges. We're going to be doing a lot more of them in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.